Did you know this crazy stat? 80% of people, yes, 80%, sabotage their own recovery, not because they can't heal, but because they're too terrified to ask for help. That hit me like a ton of bricks when I first heard it. Hey everyone, welcome to MeBit, Mind Bites today. I'm so glad you're here because we're diving into something raw and real today. Let's talk about asking for help. Honestly, it's like standing at the edge of a cliff, heart pounding, palms sweaty, no safety net in sight. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Whether you're clawing your way back from a physical health crash, spiraling deep in a mental mess, or fighting tooth and nail against the grip of addiction, that fear, that shame, that guilt, it's suffocating, right? I've been there, and I mean really been there. Picture this. Me, locked in my room, lights off, staring at my phone for hours, thinking, what if they laugh at me? What if they judge me? What if they think I'm weak? I let weeks, no, months, slip by like that, and here's the brutal truth. I got worse. Way worse. My health tanked, my mind unraveled, and I felt like I was drowning in quicksand. But then, something clicked, a tiny spark of hope. Here's the game changer I wish I'd known sooner. You don't have to suffer alone. No one should. Today, I'm unpacking 10 jaw-dropping, life-altering ways to ask for help that'll shock you with how simple they are, and how powerfully they can flip your recovery upside down. Stick with me to the end, because I promise, by the time we're done, you'll be kicking yourself for not trying these sooner, and maybe even texting a friend before the video's over. Alright, let's kick things off with number 1, finding the right help. Sounds obvious, doesn't it? But hold up, it's not. Most people, including me at one point, stumble around like they're blindfolded in a maze, no clue where to start looking for a doctor or a counselor. Here's what you can say. Hey, I'm totally lost trying to find a doctor for my health issue, addiction. Can you dig up some pros for me? Now, brace yourself for this surprise. A study from Johns Hopkins dropped this bombshell. 70% of friends leap at the chance to research for you. Why? Because it makes them feel useful, like they're part of your team. I tried this with my cousin a while back when I was desperate for a therapist. I was sweating bullets just asking, but 2 days later, bam! She handed me a list of 3 amazing options, complete with reviews she'd scoured online. Blew my mind. I went from lost to hopeful in 48 hours, all because I opened my mouth. Crazy, right? Have you ever had someone surprise you like that? Let me know later. Number 2. Cracking the code of your struggle, because, let's face it, it's confusing as heck. I used to sit there, staring at doctor reports, thinking I'd sound like a complete idiot if I admitted I didn't get it. But this works, trust me. Hey, all this medical jargon's frying my brain. Can you help me decode it? Now, get ready for a wild stat. A 2023 study found you retain 50% more info when someone explains it to you in plain language. 50%. That's half the battle won right there. I tried this with my best friend during my anxiety mess a couple years ago. I handed her a stack of papers, diagnosis this, symptoms that, and she sat me down, turned it into simple terms like, okay, your brain's just overreacting to stress, here's what we can do. Suddenly, I wasn't just scared anymore, I felt empowered, like I had a grip on it. You're not weak for asking this, you're playing it smart. Ever tried decoding something tough with a friend? It's a game changer. Number 3. Rocking those doctor visits, because, oh boy, they can be a nightmare. Ever sit there, blank-faced, while a therapist or doctor rambles on, and you're just nodding like a robot? I've had those deer in headlights moments way too often. Here's the fix. I'm freaking out about this appointment. Can you help me prep some questions and maybe tag along? Now, here's the shocker: 1 in 3 people say having a friend's notes doubled their confidence with doctors. Doubled. I'll never forget when my sister came with me to a psych visit. I was a wreck beforehand, stammering about what to ask. She wrote down stuff like, what's this med do? Any side effects? And during the appointment, she jotted notes while I just tried to breathe. Afterwards, we went over it together. I finally got my meds straight. And here's the twist that floored me. She said, I loved being there. It made me feel closer to you. Who knew asking could bond you like that? Wild, huh? Moving to number 4. Sticking to your meds. This one's huge, folks. I forgot mine so much once that I nearly tanked my entire recovery. True story, I was a hot mess, barely functioning. Try saying this. I keep spacing out on my pills. Can you nudge me or set my phone alarms? Here's the plot twist that'll make you smile. Friends love playing Med Cop. It's like a quirky little game to them. My roommate turned it into a daily thing. He'd text me, "Pill time, champ," with a goofy emoji, and I'd crack up instead of groaning about it. One time, he even set my alarm to a ridiculous song. I couldn't forget if I tried. It's such a small ask, but it turned into a massive win for me. Ever had someone make a chore fun like that? It's gold. 5th up. Picking the right treatment, because options can drown you in indecision. I'd stare at therapy lists or med choices, totally paralyzed, thinking, what if I screw this up? Here's what saved me. Can you help me weigh these therapies with my doctor? Now, brace for the jaw dropper. People who brainstorm with friends stick to their plans 60% longer. 60%. I sat down with my mom once, freaking out over meds versus talk therapy. We made a pros and cons list. She was all, "This one's got side effects, but that one's slower." It clicked, and I chose smarter. But here's the bonus twist that got me. She said, "I feel like your recovery partner now, not just your mom." That hit me hard. Asking didn't just help me, it pulled her in deeper. Powerful stuff, right? Number 6. Crafting a recovery roadmap. This is where it gets serious, folks. I used to wing it, no plan, just hoping I'd magically get better. Spoilers, that flopped hard, and I paid the price with setbacks. Try this. I need a solid plan to heal. Can we map it out together? Here's the surprise that'll blow your mind. Writing goals with someone slashes your relapse risk by 40%. That's not fairy dust. That's cold, hard science. I sat with my brother one rainy afternoon, scribbling short-term wins like, walk 10 minutes a day, and big dreams like, a stress-free month. We even added a crisis plan. If I crash, call this number. Biggest shock? He took it so seriously, texting me every week to check in. He kept me accountable way better than I ever kept myself. Ever tried planning with someone? It's a total game changer. 7th. Facing the mirror with reality checks. This one's tough but so worth it. I used to dodge the truth until it slammed me like a freight train, not fun. Here's what to say. Tell me straight, am I slipping? Now, here's the crazy fact. Honest friends boost your success rates by 25%, but only if you ask them first. I tried this with my buddy once when I was off the rails. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Dude, you're slipping bad." It stung like heck, but it snapped me out of a spiral I didn't even see coming. And here's the twist that floored me. He thanked me later, saying, "I'm glad you trusted me with the real stuff." Asking for truth isn't just brave, it builds bonds. Who's your truth teller? Number 8. Catching the storm before it wrecks you, because trust me, it's sneaky. Say this. If I'm acting off, yell at me, okay? Don't hold back. Here's the wild twist. 1 in 4 people spot red flags you're totally blind to, and that can literally save your bacon. I ignored my moods once, thinking I was fine. I wasn't. My sister didn't let it slide. She burst in one day, shouting, "Snap out of it, you're scaring me," and dragged me to a counselor. I was mad at first. Who wouldn't be? But guess what? I'm still here, still fighting, because of that loud wake-up call. Ever had someone yell you back to reality? It's messy, but it works. 9th. The small stuff that's secretly massive. Don't sleep on this one. Try. I'm drowning in chores here. Can you grab groceries or walk my dog for me? Now, here's the shocking stat. 90% of people feel honored. Yes, honored, to pitch in on mundane tasks. I was skeptical, but I asked my neighbor once when I was wiped out. He took my pup for a spin, came back grinning ear to ear, and said, "Man, I needed that break too. Let's make it a thing." I went from stressed to relieved in an hour, and he got a mini vacation out of it. Little asks like that? They're life-changing for both sides. What small task could you hand off? And finally, number 10. Lifestyle upgrades. This is the cherry on top, folks. Say this. Keep on track, nudge me to eat right, sleep better, or just laugh more. Here's the fun fact that'll make you smile. Friends who cheer your habits can extend your recovery by months, not days, months. I begged my crew to push me toward veggies and terrible dad jokes. At first, they rolled their eyes, but then they got into it. Eat your greens, comedian. They'd tease. Now I'm healthier, happier, and cracking up daily. Final twist that hit me hard. They told me later, pushing you made us better too. We're all eating kale now. Asking doesn't just heal you, it ripples out. How cool is that? Wow, there you have it, 10 mind-blowing, life-altering ways from MeBit to unlock your recovery by asking for help. We've laughed, we've gotten real, and hopefully, you're feeling fired up to try at least one of these. But here's the secret sauce I've been holding back, the perfect way to ask. It's different for every single one of you watching. So, I need your help now. Which of these 10 hit you hardest? Drop it in the comments below, because I'm giving every single commenter a free MeBit recovery cheat sheet packed with bonus tips we couldn't fit here. Wait, there's more, I'm dying to know. What's your secret way to ask for help? Maybe you've got a line that's worked wonders. Share it with us, we're all ears. Hit that like button if you're ready to ask someone today. Who's your go-to person? And please, subscribe to MeBit. We've got tons more recovery hacks, psych tips, and mind bites coming your way. You won't want to miss what's next, trust me on that.